Hi there, this is Jack J Hutchinson from the Jack J Hutchinson Band. Just a quick message to say it's a real honour to be playing the Dipanas Blues Festival this weekend. We played for you guys last September on our first tour of Brazil and we had an absolute blast. And one of the things that really sticks in my mind from that month that we spent in Brazil was people had smiles on their faces and everyone just seemed to be having such a good time at the gigs, and that included ourselves. You know, we've played across the world, really, lots of different countries, and Brazil is certainly my favourite place to tour. And we were hoping to be back over with you guys this September, but obviously we couldn't do that because of the pandemic and the lockdown and everything that's sort of come with that. So we've had to push that to 2021. In fact, our whole touring schedule for this year has been thrown up in the air. We were down to visit France, Switzerland, Russia, Spain, Germany, all these different places, but we're going to be doing that next year now because of obviously coronavirus. So you know, it's the second best thing to be able to play for you guys this weekend, to be rocking out, playing some blues rock for you guys, my original songs from my new album Who Feeds the Wolf, which is out now. We hope that you dig it, and you know, we can't have a beer together in person, but you know, have a virtual beer for me, have a laugh, put some smiles on your faces, and yeah, we hope that you dig our set. I guess over here in the UK we're known more for being a rock outfit than we are for being a blues band, but my personal roots have always been in blues music, and I host a weekly radio show over here in the UK where I play a lot of B.B. King, Elmore James, Muddy Waters, that sort of stuff. And for years I used to play in blues bars across London, and that's kind of how I met Felipe, who's the drummer in the Jack J Hutchinson Band, Felipe Amarim. And yeah, we met through jamming on a lot of those old blues tracks. The Chicago blues music that I grew up listening to has definitely infused the music that I write. And although there's a heavier edge to a lot of my music that draws on a lot of bands like Led Zeppelin and the Black Crowes, Guns N' Roses, that sort of thing, I think a lot of those bands, they have their roots in blues as well. And it's a powerful music that has transgressed time and affected generations, and I think that it's here to stay. And a lot of people talk about whether blues is dead, and I certainly don't think so. And although we play the heavier brand of blues, I think it's all about emotion and honesty, and I hope that's what people get from my music. When the pandemic hit and the UK went into lockdown, we were actually in the middle of a tour, and we'd got about 10 gigs into the tour, and we were touring my album Who Feeds the Wolf, having an amazing time visiting all these different places across the UK. And you know, what can I say about touring? It's kind of the fun part of the cycle of releasing an album. You know, you spend 18 months possibly recording a record, you put it out, and then you get to go out on tour for maybe 12 months and play those songs to lots of different people. And so yeah, when the pandemic hit, we were right in the middle of it, and we didn't want to stop, but then the government sort of forced us to do that and made the decision for us. But what we decided to do was just to get busy. So we've recorded a new album in lockdown. We've done it in our home studios. So Felipe's been in his studio in London, and Laz up in Banbury, and I'm in St Albans here in the UK, and we've just recorded new material. We've written a lot of new songs, and we're actually, after this festival this weekend, we're going back in the studio next month. We're going to go down to a place called Devon, which is the southwest of England, and have a really good time down there for a week recording the next album. And it's going to be material that we recorded demos of in lockdown, and we think it's really good. And it sort of deals with a lot of the themes to do with the pandemic, and it's a bit of a response to that. But it's heavy, it's rocky, it's bluesy, and I think you're going to like it. So yeah, it's a real honour to be taking part in Dipanas Blues Festival. Thank you so much for asking us to take part. This is Jack from the Jack J Hutchinson Band. We hope to see you again in 2021 in the flesh. But here's to a great weekend. Have a beer for us, and we'll see you soon. Take it easy.